2009 graduate Andrew Johnson always knew he wanted to be involved in sports, but not in the way most kids dream of participating.
Instead of doing much playing on the field, most of my playing involved goofing around and acting silly and playing practical jokes on my teammates from the bench.
Johnson found his place in sports after meeting Casey Wolf in the 5th grade.
He worked his way to the front of the room and did something I've never seen a mascot do before, and that was he started to take his costume off. So out popped human hands, off comes the wolf head, and underneath the costume was a man by the name of Dan Mears. I just remember hopping on the school bus that day, hopping off the bus, running up to my front door, flinging the door open, and telling my parents what I was going to do for the rest of my life. I was going to be a professional mascot.
Johnson's first chance came at Lee Summit West.
I showed up to tryouts, and nobody else showed up. So I became Mr. Titan at Lee Summit West, basically by default.
But being a mascot for a high school proved to be a tough gig.
Because everybody's too cool for school. I think my job as Mr. Titan was probably the toughest mascot role I have played to date.
After graduating high school, Johnson went to Northwest Missouri State on a mascot scholarship. And it was here he got the call that changed everything.
The Chiefs mascot, Dan, had called me and said, "Hey man, I've got 3 kids. They're busy playing baseball and volleyball and sports, and so I want to be more involved in their lives on the weekends. Would you mind coming on and being a backup?"
This phone call from Dan Mears led to Johnson working as a lion tamer for the Royals and the mascot for the Mavericks.
I tell people he's a character with character.
Johnson eventually transferred colleges and graduated from UMKC with a business and marketing degree.
After I got done, graduated from college, my parents were like, "Man, it looks like you had a ton of fun, but now I think it's time for you to get a real job."
Johnson jokes he still hasn't had to get that real job because shortly after graduating from college, he was offered the mascot position for the Houston Texans.
And Lonnie Johnson.
Instead of going to work every day in a suit and tie, I get to go to work in a suit and tail.
But there is more to being a mascot than most people think. He puts in 12 hours on game days and does about 350 community appearances each year as Toro.
So we want Toro to create memorable experiences for our fans. And so that basically means you were trying to come up with fun ways to really interact with our fans and entertain them while they're in the stadium. So you'll see Toro doing zip lines and all sorts of crazy things inside NRG Stadium, rappelling from the roof, reverse rappel from the crowd.
Here we go! Woo-hoo!
Up into the stands.
But none of this would have happened if he didn't start with a dream.
Have big dreams regardless of what people think of your dream.
He's going to be a mascot for a long time because he's very good at what he does, and he's passionate about what he does, and he loves people, so he will do very well.
This is the best job in the world, and I would love to continue to do this for another 20 years or so.
With photographer Anaya Brown, I'm Tucker Thompson, reporting for Titan Television.